I'm not gonna waste too much of your time. You clicked on this video. You want a Hare Pairs guide. I have 4 rules for Hare Pairs that I made up for this guide. And before I mention those 4 rules, it should be noted that if you're really good at flicking your mouse, this minigame is just for you. So before you even play this minigame, you have to be really good at flicking your mouse. The very first rule that I have for Hare Pairs is identifying this thing that I dub the checker pattern. The checker pattern is just as simple as seeing 2 types of cars in a checkered pattern-like form. And if the cars are like this, well, you can't exactly win the minigame. If they're left for last, you lose. Identifying this checker pattern can be sometimes difficult, but honestly, it's not too difficult. Which sounds crazy, but you know. The checker pattern could either be 4 cards long, 3 cards long, on 2 different rows, or both. And how do you separate this checkered pattern? You want to mainly do vertical and diagonal movement over horizontal. Mainly is not always the correct answer. You only really want to do horizontal movement whenever you want to move cards so you can remove the checkered pattern so you don't lose. Next rule would be to keep a lot of the same cards near the top. Whenever I play Hare Pairs, I usually don't always rush cards. What I mean is that whenever I play Hare Pairs, there are usually a bunch of the same card that I can easily clear off the board near the top 2 rows. I keep them there because whenever I have a checker pattern that needs to be, you know, cleared and removed, if I have a bunch of the same card, I can easily do like a quick action and I won't be resulting in death. Because sometimes whenever you're playing Hare Pairs, you might remove a separation, you might remove a checker pattern, but instantly create a new one, and you won't have enough cards to deal with it. If you keep the same amount, if you keep the same cards near the top, you won't exactly run into that problem because, well, they're all the same card. You're not gonna, you know, create a checker pattern. And the very last rule I would like to mention, it's not really a rule, but just something to notice, is knowing when you're going to fail. If you know a run is destined to fail, then immediately restart and, you know, save time. This is good in maximals, but also good in runs where you're getting a lot of money in a single playthrough. Wink wink nudge nudge my channel. A great identifier of knowing whenever you're cooked is seeing a checker pattern on any row, but there are no other cards of that checker pattern. So let's say I have a checker pattern of Puppet and Chica, and then the rest of the board there are no Puppet or Chicas left. Well, just go ahead and restart, because why would I waste time trying to clear out the board when I know I can't, you know, separate the thing that's gonna make me lose. And before I end this video, I would like to mention a common issue that not only do I struggle, so I know you're gonna struggle with this, is, well, if you're trying to do Hare Pairs, you sometimes might go too fast and accidentally cook yourself. Basically what I'm trying to say is that you go way too fast clearing out the cards, you don't actually notice there's a checker pattern that you need to clear out, but since you're going so fast, an opportunity might just pass you by and you just lose. But this issue can happen whenever, like you don't even have to be fast. If you just don't like recognize a pattern, like a checker pattern that you need to clear out, and you go and you clear out other cards first, you get yourself cooked. So always try to look out on the different rows to see if there's like a checker pattern that you need to clear out. Because sometimes you can be clearing out in like an entire row and you're doing good pace, and you realize at the very top there's just been a checker pattern that's been just sitting there the entire time, and you get the thing that I mentioned before where there's a checker pattern but there are no other cards to separate it. Well, there were other cards, but you didn't see the checker pattern and you just cleared all the other cards off the board. Anyways, that's pretty much about it for this guide. There isn't really much to really go over because this is also really simple compared to other mini games. But if I forget to mention something, or if there's something else that I find to like make this mini game easier, I'll either put it in the video, like in post editing, or I will make a comment or put it in the description somewhere. And if you want, you know, proof that these strategies work, I have 2 videos on my channel. One where I beat Hare Pairs in under 13 seconds, and a video where I beat Hare Pairs over 14 times in a row. And also, like, literally all of my Frickbears streams, because I only play Hare Pairs. So yeah, I hope this guide helped you. And with this guide, you should be able to beat Hare Pairs in under 25 seconds at least consistently. But besides from that, have a good day.